Okay, let's review for this standard right here, okay? You got some little counting and ordering and then a little bit of a trig, okay? All right, you want to get your SOHCAHTOA. It's also on the board. Now, I have 8 pants, 30 shirts, 15 pairs of socks. How many outfits could I create? Well, I'm obviously can only wear 1 pair of pants, okay? So we have 8 to pick from. 1 shirt, 30 of those to pick from, and 15 to pick from there. It's called the counting principle. Simply 8 times 30 times 15. So 3,600 outfits. Now is the next part that people screw up because they don't listen to directions. Okay. By the way, I want to change this, okay? I want to change that right there. I want to change that question to how many first through 5th orders are possible. That's a very poorly worded question, okay? First through 5th orders of finish are possible. So you see first, you see 5th, okay? Well, you have 5 people, so that's just 5 factorial, okay? That means just multiply the 5 on the 1, or you can go 5 PRB right there. Boom, 120. Okay, now the label for just a factorial is complete orders. Okay, now the next one, there are 40 people in a marathon. How many possibilities of first, second, third, fourth place finishes are possible? So we have 4th places, but we have 40 people. So we need to set up the big question mark. The 4 goes here. Now, that would be 36 irrelevant. Now, listen, you saw those words, first, second, third, fourth. Then these 4 need to be protected because they need to be ranked. And that means it's a permutation and leave 4 out of the problem. Now, you're just dealing with the 40 factorial and the 36 factorial. 40 times 39 times 38 times 37 times 36. Eliminate, find the product on top, so all you have to do. 40 times 39 times 38 times 37. 2 million, that's right, yeah. 2,193,360. Now, with the permutation, orders is the answer, not complete. Instead, it's just first through 4th, okay? So if you see these words here that insinuate that they're ranked, you protect it, permutation, leave the protected number out. And it's still orders, but not complete, just first through 4th. There are 30 people in PE class. I'm making teams of 3. How many possible teams can I make up? So I'm taking 3, but there's 30 people. So that should make sense. But I don't see those words first, second, third. So I don't protect the number. It's a combination, and I'm using all these, okay? We don't protect that. We put the 30 factorial on top, but then both of these go on the bottom. Because nothing's getting ranked, okay? I don't protect anything. So put it on the bottom, destroys it, the ranking. 30 times 29 times 28 times 27, slap the factorial, and those cancel. Now I've still got 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, so parentheses 30 times 29 times 28, close, divided by 3 times 2 times 1, close. 4,060. Now, I wouldn't put orders, I put combos. It's like C stands for combinations, combos of 3. Combinations of 3. Okay. People get these mixed up because they won't listen. They won't circle the protected number. They end up flipping them around. You see those words, you need to circle that protection. Okay, then the trig. Trig goes a little bit better. Calculate the 3 trig ratios of angle theta. So those 3 trig ratios are called sine of theta, cosine of theta, and tangent of theta. And all I need to do is find what they are. So the sine is the O over the H. The cosine is the A over the H. And the tangent's the O over the A. Okay, now I got to know what's what, because I know 2 sides. So this is my hypotenuse. I don't know that. I go with the theta for reference. That's your O. So O is 7, and then A is 15. We have 2 of what we need. We need the third. So I use the Pythagorean theorem, but now we call it A to the second plus O to the second equals H to the second. So our A is 15. 15 to the second. Our O is 7 to the second, and we don't know our H, so keep that. So 15 to the second is 225. 7 to the second is 49. So I add 225 to 49, and that's 274. Whoops, my bad. So 274 equals H to the second. Now find the square root of 274. You don't need to divide by the perfect squares, just square root it. 16.55, so we put that next to the H. Again, some teachers would have you simplify with the perfect squares. That's not a bad way. I'm not saying that's bad. O is 7. H is 16.55. I just don't think you need it. In my class, you don't need to take time to do it. A is 15, and H is 16.55. Okay, O is 7, A is 15. Booyah. Okay, this is another one. If the directions don't change, you do the same thing. So sine theta, cosine theta, tangent of theta. Okay. So sine, same thing. OH, AH, OA. So that's my hypotenuse. I don't know that. Okay. I'm not doing this problem. It's the exact same as the last problem. It's nothing wrong with the problem. I just don't need to waste time doing it because it's the same thing. So if you don't know, because it was in both scenarios, it's a hypotenuse that you don't know. If it's the A or the O you don't know, then you can't add them. You're gonna have to subtract from one side. You should know that though. Calculate the angle measurements and side measurements of the triangle. So we have to find the sides and the angles. I don't care where you put what, but get the angles out of the way first. Those are easy. You have 90 degrees. You have 27 degrees. And you take 180, because that's how many degrees are in the whole triangle, and then subtract, and then the remaining amount's what you roll it. So that's going to be 63 degrees. Don't go put that up there, though, okay? You already have a reference angle. Okay, we have 24 units for the side length, okay? I don't care if you put units or not, that's okay. So Pythagorean theorem, can't use that, okay? So what we need to do is identify the reference angle. Can't use 90, so let's use 27, okay? So what side do I know? What sides do I need to find? We need to label these, okay? So that's your hypotenuse, so we know that's 24. Now I reference the 27, and across from that's the opposite, and then adjacent's here, okay? So I need to use ratios, okay? Or proportions, sorry. So you set up your reference angle, which you know is 27 in a parentheses. You're going to put a word in front of that. You just don't know which one until you dig a little deeper. Put a 1 on bottom. Okay, now what sides am I trying to figure out? A, O. You don't pair those together. That gets you nowhere. So the one side I do know is H. Okay, so A and H, that would be the cosine. O and H, that would be the sine. Remember, it's sine, not sin. Okay, now remember, the cosine, the A has to be over the H. And in the sine, the O has to be in the numerator, the H in the denominator. So A I don't have. H I know is 24. O I don't have. H is 24. So I cross multiply and divide. I multiply the diagonal where the A's not, okay? So on my little calculator, I go cos 27 times 24, 21.38, and divided by 1, still 21.38. So A equals 21.38. By the way, 24 is your H. Okay. And I just solved for the A. Leaves me with the O. So one's diagonal. Okay, there's my O, so I know the other direction to multiply. So I take sine 27 times 24, write that product down, 10.90. I'm rounding it. Divided by 1 is still 10.9, and that's the O. Okay, so 10.9 equals O. I don't really care if you have those, but remember your hypotenuse is longer than the others. So again, with the two missing sides, you know all the angles, you know one side, you're using the proportions with the reference angle. That's a good reminder. Okay, now this one, it doesn't take a lot of work, but it's easy to forget. You're finding the angle theta's measurement. So there it is down at the bottom for you. That's where to put your answer, okay? You're going to use proportions, but they're not like the last problem because your reference is just the theta. You're going to use 1. Now what side? We'll label the sides first. Hypotenuse. I use theta as the reference, so that's O, and then A. So I have the sides for the O and the H, okay? So I would definitely want to use, I have to use the sine if I expect to figure this out. And then sine is O over H. And I know both these. O is 13. H is 28. Now I don't cross multiply and divide then. Instead I cross out that word, bring it to this side of the proportion. Put a -1, and I go to my calculator. So I go second sine now, and then 13 divided by 28. Those negative first power trig functions are used to find what the angle is when you know the two sides that create the angle. Okay, 28. Okay, remember these two. If you see those words, protect that number. Don't put it here, and it's the P, okay? Don't see those words, you're not protecting, it's a C, okay?